The smartest person in the room is almost never the loudest. In fact, the more someone talks, the less they actually know. There is a reason the most powerful, most dangerous, most respected people you will ever meet say almost nothing. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why. And after this video, you will never see silence the same way again. Here is something uncomfortable. Most people talk because they are afraid of silence, not because they have something important to say. They fill space with words the same way nervous people fill space with movement, because stillness feels dangerous, because silence feels like rejection, because if they stop talking, they are afraid nobody will notice them at all. And here is the brutal truth that psychology has proven repeatedly. Talking excessively is almost always a sign of one of three things: insecurity, the need to prove your value through words; anxiety, the need to control a situation through noise; or ego, the need to dominate every space you enter. Smart people figured something out that most people never do. Every word you speak is information you are giving away for free, and information, as any strategist will tell you, is power. The moment you speak, you show what you know, what you think, what you feel, and what you fear. Silence reveals none of these things. Silence is the only communication that cannot be used against you. Reason 1: smart people stay quiet because silence makes them invisible, and invisibility is power. When you are talking, you are performing. When you are silent, you are watching, and the person watching always sees more than the person performing. In any room, in any meeting, in any conversation, the quiet person is gathering intelligence that the loud person is giving away for free. They are watching who interrupts whom, who defers to whom, who gets nervous when silence falls, who fills it first. Every piece of behavior that emerges in silence is a truth that words would have hidden. The quiet person leaves that room knowing far more than when they entered. The loud person leaves having revealed far more than they intended. Reason 2: smart people know that speaking less makes every word you say carry more weight. This is the law of scarcity applied to communication. When someone who rarely speaks finally speaks, every person in the room leans in. Their words carry authority simply because they are rare. But when someone talks constantly, their words become noise, background sound that the brain stops processing. You can speak for an hour and be forgotten, or you can say one sentence at the right moment and be remembered forever. Reason 3: smart people stay quiet because they understand that emotional reactions are the most expensive thing you can give someone. When someone provokes you, insults you, challenges you, and you react immediately with words, you have handed them complete control of your emotional state. You have shown them exactly which buttons to press. You have made yourself entirely predictable. But when you respond to provocation with silence, you do something that most people find deeply unsettling. You refuse to participate in their game. You deny them the reaction they came for. And in doing so, you become the most powerful person in that exchange, because you demonstrated something far more threatening than anger. You demonstrated that you cannot be moved. Reason 4: silence protects your plans. Every goal you announce publicly becomes harder to achieve. Psychologists call this social reality. When you tell people your goal, your brain receives a small reward, as if the goal is already partially accomplished. This reduces your actual drive to achieve it. But there is also a strategic element. Every plan you reveal is a plan someone else can disrupt, copy, or undermine. Smart people understand that their goals are safest inside their own mind. They do not announce, they execute, and they let the results speak in a language that is impossible to argue with. Reason 5: smart people stay quiet because they are genuinely listening, and listening is the rarest and most valuable skill in human communication. Most people in conversations are not listening. They are waiting for their turn to speak, preparing their next point, thinking about how they will respond. Meanwhile, the truly intelligent person is absorbing everything: the words, the tone, the hesitations, the things that are not said. Because what people do not say is often more revealing than what they do. The person who truly listens in a conversation becomes the most trusted person in any room. Because genuine attention is so rare that when someone finally receives it, they feel it completely. They feel understood, they feel seen, and they feel drawn back to whoever made them feel that way. Reason 6. Silence creates mystery, and mystery creates magnetism. When someone talks constantly, you know everything about them immediately. There is nothing left to discover. But the quiet person, the one who listens more than they speak, who observes more than they perform, becomes genuinely fascinating. People are drawn to try to understand them, to earn their words, to figure out what they are thinking. The less you reveal, the more people want to know. This is not manipulation. This is the natural human response to the unknown. Reason 7, and this is the one that will make you rethink every confident person you have ever admired. The Dunning-Kruger effect. In 1999, psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger published research proving something that intelligent people have always suspected. The less someone knows about a subject, the more confident they are about it. And the more someone truly understands something, the more they recognize how much they do not know. This is why the loudest voices in any room are almost never the most informed. The person who has read one article on a topic speaks with total certainty. The person who has studied it for 20 years speaks with careful qualification. Smart people stay quiet because they are genuinely aware of the limits of their own knowledge. They know that the world is incomprehensibly complex. They know that certainty is almost always a sign of incomplete understanding. They know that the more they learn, the more questions emerge, and they would rather ask a question that reveals intelligence than make a statement that reveals ignorance. There is a profound humility at the core of true intelligence. Not performed humility, real humility, the kind that comes from actually knowing enough to know how much you do not know.